Hey everyone, today I'm doing another video in my common makeup problems series, and this one is going to be all about how to avoid over blending your eyeshadow or how to avoid looking like you have a black eye. I know it's quite the struggle for some people. This is one of the most highly requested videos for this series. It's just how to apply eyeshadow the right way. I've done several videos like this. I have some really simple, basic, for beginner videos on how to apply eyeshadow step by step. I'll be sure to list that down below, but this is going to cover more of like over blending and not making your shadow go too far out from your eye, especially if you have smaller eyes or hooded eyes. This is going to be great for you. Or if you just don't have a lot of lid space, this is going to be awesome because I personally don't have that much space to work with. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is apply a primer or an eyeshadow base. I really like the MAC Paint Pot because it just evens out my whole lid and it makes my shadow look a lot more vibrant. But if you just want to use a regular primer, then that will do the job as far as keeping it from creasing, which is really important. For my shadow, I'm going to use the Coastal Scents Revealed Smoky palette. This is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes and it's super cheap. It's just like the Urban Decay Naked palette that they have. That's the smoky version. So you can do a lot of neutral looks and dramatic dark smoky looks, so this is awesome. So the first thing I'm going to do is start out with the eye shading brush, and I'm just going to pick up probably this, maybe I'll do this gold color today. I like to do any type of just shimmery color all over the lid. And sometimes I like to hold either like my washcloth over or a tissue, or this is a really handy little thing. This is the e.l.f. Mascara and Shadow Shield. This is going to help prevent fallout. Or you could do your eyeshadow first and then your foundation. Now for the crease, which is where it gets a little bit difficult. So this is the Sigma Small Tapered Blending. This is the E45 brush, and this is basically the same thing like as this or just some of the other blending brushes. It's a little bit more tapered, so it's a little more pointed at the end and it's a lot smaller. So I'll just show you guys with this just so you can see for the purposes of this video to avoid over blending. For the crease, I'm just going to go with something like this, which is just very light. It's just a darker skin color because it's going to make a great transition shade into the next darker color I'm going to use in a minute. So other than the size of your brush, it's also about the angle that you go into your eye with. So if you're holding your brush like this, then you're more likely to go down. So if you point your brush more towards your eye, so into your crease, that's going to help keep it very concentrated. So I like to use my eyebrow and the end of my eye as a guide. I never take my shadow past here. You don't want it to start to droop because that's when your eyes start to look tilted down. So you could apply some tape at the corner. I have some tutorials where I've done that, so I'll be sure to link it for you guys, but that's a great way to keep yourself from over blending. You just have to kind of blend out that edge afterwards, and it also can remove your foundation when you take off the tape, so it's good to do your foundation and face makeup after if you're going to be doing that method. So I'm just going to start here on this outer portion and just work my way inward. I like to take it down into the inner corner some just so it floats, but if you have really small or hooded or closed off eyes, you would want to avoid that inner portion altogether and maybe just keep it like in line with this portion of your eyebrow and then out. So I don't have a hard stop here at the end. I'm just kind of avoiding going past my eyebrow. You can also kind of take it down onto your lid like that, creating like a little bit of an outer V. So you can see that just added a little bit of dimension. This is something I would wear for daytime where it's just super natural, and I would just follow up with my brow bone color and be done with it. But I'm going to show you guys something a little bit deeper for the purpose of this video. So you could go in now with that same brush and just pick up a darker color and just be a little bit more lighter when you're applying that on that outer portion instead of like blending it all through, so you get more of that concentrated color. But this is another brush that I got recently. It's the Blending E36 brush. It's super small, it's very pointed, and it's basically the same as the very big one that I first showed you guys. It's just super tiny, so you can see the size difference. It is so little, and so this is going to be great for really concentrating that outer V darker color. So I'm going to go pretty dark, and I'm just going to pick up this chocolate matte brown shade. I like to use matte shades in my crease because they seem to blend a lot better than putting shimmery. So I like to tap off the excess so I don't have a bunch of shadow falling all over the place. And again, you want to go towards your eye like this instead of like that to where you might overblend. So I'm going to go right into where I see that crease of my eye and just start going back and forth. And again, this is going to blend as you go, so it's super flawless. I'm letting the brush do a lot of the work for me, so I'm not like really blending too much. Here I'm just using back and forth motions. You can also go in little tiny circles. So now I'm going to take that color down here a little bit just so it flows. So now I like to go back in with that brush I was using before with whatever's left on and just go back through and blend it. Eyeshadow is all about layering different colors to where you get the right intensity that you want and kind of just switching back and forth but not applying more shadow, just kind of using what's left on the brush. That way you can blend between the two colors. That way it's a really nice gradient. So then if you still need to blend, which I don't feel like I even need to blend at this point, you can just take a clean blending brush. This is just like a Sigma, just tapered blending. This doesn't have any shadow on it. You can just go over that whole thing to make sure it's all blended if you want, but I don't really feel like it's necessary. Now I'm taking just a really dense, fluffy blending brush. This is from a set I got at Walmart that I always talked about. They're double-ended, really great brushes, but unfortunately they're discontinued, which sucks because I loved recommending these to you guys because they're just so cheap, but I love it for my brow bone highlight. So I'm just going to take that light color right here. Go right under my brow, and this also helps to blend and it also helps tone it down. So if you go too much and too dark, you can always take a light shadow like this and just go right over top, and it's really going to tone that down. Sometimes I even take it down here on this outer edge just to blend everything right there. Now, so it doesn't look too heavy at the top, I like to carry that shadow down onto the lower lash line. That's just going to really help tie the look together. This is a Sigma Pencil E30 brush, and this is very small and dense. I'm just going to pick up that chocolate brown shade that we used in the crease. I like to kind of match that darker shade onto the bottom. And I'm just going to start right here in the corner and just drag a little bit down. And you don't want to take it too far in because that's just going to close off your eye, especially if they're small. So I just like to do it on the outer portion. I'm just going to blend a hair with this brush. You can also use a Q-tip for this. If you wanted to, you could use this brush to take it up into the outer V if you wanted to kind of deepen up outer portion right there. So as you can see, I kind of have like a halo or frame around the outer portion of my eye, but everything's still very light here in the center. If you wanted to go back in and add a little bit of gold or whatever shadow you used on the lid, you could. Sometimes it gets taken away when you're blending. I also like to take that same shadow or even something even lighter and go right here on the inner corner. And that is it. Super easy. I'm not doing this eye right now because for the picture purposes of this video, I want to show you guys like the wrong way to do it. So this is more of the right way, or the not over blended look, compared to this, which is way over blended, muddy, looks like I got punched in the eye, that sort of thing. So hopefully this helped you guys to where you can get more of a clean look like this versus just messy and all over the place like this one. I'll be sure to list all these products that I use in the video on the blog post that goes with this video. I'm also going to have cheaper alternatives if you don't want to purchase some of the higher end ones, like cheaper primers, stuff like that. Maybe I'll do another one of these videos. So don't forget to leave your requests in the comments down below for more videos like this. I'm kind of running short on videos, so I need some ideas from you guys. So any problems that you have with your makeup that you want some simple solutions for, definitely let me know down below. Thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure to check back on Wednesday while I have up a full makeup tutorial using some of the new Becca Cosmetics products from Jaclyn Hill, so I'm really excited about that. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye everyone. Hey everyone, so today I'm doing another video for my Common Makeup Problem series, and this one was requested by you guys, and that is going to be how to avoid muddy looking bronzer or contour, and also